Thank you very much, Ms. Fleischer. Our report this evening centers mostly on our retirees, and you'll see that many of them are in the audience with us this evening. I am going to begin with those that are present, and then I'm also going to provide an overview of those who are not here with us this evening, but we'd still like to recognize them. First person that we're going to recognize tonight is Timothy Herzog. So Herzog, if you want to stand up so that we can see you. Is he here? No?
In the hall.
Okay. No, not out there? Well, I'm still going to read his bio now. Timothy Herzog was hired as a building and grounds maintenance and security worker at the high school in August of 1999 and transferred to the role of custodian shortly after in November of 1999. Not long after serving as a substitute head custodian at Howe during the 2005-2006 school year, Tim was promoted to the position of head custodian at the Washington Elementary and Mellon Middle School complex in September of 2006. He moved to the Markham head custodian position in August of 2007, where he remained until his retirement in March of 2024. Tim continues to serve the students of the district as a behind-the-wheel driver's education instructor for the district's adult education program. He has served 24.5 years with the Mount Lebanon School District. Please join me in congratulating him on his retirement. The second individual that we're going to recognize tonight is Luis Marino. Luis Marino joined the Mount Lebanon School District as a permanent substitute instrumental teacher, band teacher during the 1989-1990 school year, working at Washington, Foster, and Hoover Elementary Schools. She continued in that role during the 1990-1991 school year and was awarded the contract position for the same assignment beginning with the 1991-1992 school year. Louise transferred to Mellon Middle School team in 1998, where she continues until her retirement at the end of the current school year. She has served this district for 34.75 years. Thank you for your service. The next person that we will recognize is Stephanie Ross. Stephanie?
She's not.
Stephanie Ross joined the Mount Lebanon School District as a permanent substitute English teacher at the junior high school for the 1991-1992 school year. She remained in that role through the 1992-1993 school year until she was awarded a contract English teacher position at the junior high school beginning with the 1993-1994 school year. She continues to support the 8th grade students at Jefferson Middle School until her retirement at the end of this year. She has served this district for 32.75 years. Please join me in congratulating her. The next individual that we are going to recognize is Kimberly Salvador. Kimberly here? Kimberly was hired by the Mount Lebanon School District as a full-time contract special education teacher at Jefferson Elementary School during the 1995-1996 school year. She transferred to a special education assignment at Markham Elementary School at the start of the 1999-2000 school year, then returned to Jefferson as the instructional support teacher during the 2003-2004 school year. Kim retires from her service as an IST teacher at the end of this school year. She has served our district for 28.75 years. Please join me.
Two weddings.
God, it's July and September, 2 months apart. I really need a second job. It's a barista. At least at Starbucks. But thank you, School Board, for everything that you've done for the district. And I just want to say that, I'm sorry, I just want to say my kids went through the system. I love Mount Lebanon. I'm blessed. I'm so blessed to have this job. And I will miss all the kids. That's all. It's going to be really hard.
Deep breaths.
I know, Kim, I'm going to cry instead of reading the next person. Our next individual that we're recognizing tonight is Diane Slate. Diane became a member of the Mount Lebanon School District Food Services Department in September of 2002 as a substitute cafeteria worker. In February of 2003, Diane was hired to a permanent position as a general cafeteria worker at the high school. She transferred to a Mellon Middle School assignment in March of 2006 and returned to the high school in September of 2009. Diane was promoted to the position of cook at the start of the 2015-2016 school year. She worked at the high school in this role for 5.5 years before transferring to the cook assignment at Mellon Middle School in January of 2021. Diane will retire after more than 20 years with the food services team in June of 2024. She has a total combined number of years as 21.75. Thank you so much for your service. Next up, we have Gerard Slate. You may recognize that last name. Gerard began his employment in the Mount Lebanon School District as a substitute cafeteria worker in October of 2020. He was soon after promoted to a permanent position as a general cafeteria worker at Jefferson Middle School in November of 2020, where he remained until his retirement during the October of 2023. He served our district for 3 years. Please join me in congratulating him. The next individual that we will recognize this evening is Christian Stein. Mr. Stein was first employed by the Mount Lebanon School District in the fall of 1989 as a long-term substitute German teacher at the high school. After a relocation, Chris returned to the district as a full-time contract German teacher at the high school beginning with the 1993-1994 school year. Chris has taught German and Spanish during his long tenure with the district as a high school world languages educator and will retire at the conclusion of the 2023-2024 school year. He has 30.75 years that he's served us here in the district. Please join me in congratulating him. We do have several individuals who couldn't join us this evening, but we still want to recognize them. The first is Peter DiNardo, who joined the Mount Lebanon School District as a day-to-day substitute teacher during the 1996-1997 school year and served as a single semester permanent substitute social studies teacher at the high school during the 1997-1998 school year. Pete accepted a full-time contract social studies teacher position at the high school beginning with the 1998-1999 school year. He will retire from this district with many years of service as a high school social studies educator at the end of this school year. Mr. DiNardo has served this district for 26.75 years. Please join me in congratulating him on his retirement. The next individual that we will recognize is Paula Hogan Miller, who was hired by the district as a full-time permanent substitute kindergarten teacher at Hoover Elementary for the 1984-1985 school year. She continued as a permanent substitute kindergarten teacher at Hoover during the following year, accepting the contract position beginning with the 1986-1987 school year. Paula will retire from her long tenure as a kindergarten teacher serving the Hoover community at the end of this school year. She has served our district for 39.75 years. Please join me in congratulating her. The next individual that we will recognize tonight is Mary Jo Asphalt, who was hired as a part-time 10-month clerk in the athletic office at Mount Lebanon High School at the end of August of 1999. She accepted the 12-month athletic office secretary position in February of 2015 and continued in that role supporting the athletic department operations, staff, and students until her retirement in September of 2023. She served our district for 24 years. Please congratulate, along with me, Mary Jo. The next individual that we'll recognize this evening is Gloria Kaminsky, who joined the Mount Lebanon School District in April of 2003 as a clerical substitute. At the start of the 2005-2006 school year, Gloria was hired as the attendance office clerk at the high school, where she also provided support during the summer months for summer school programming. Gloria continued as a member of the high school's clerical support team through her retirement in October of 2023. She served our district for 20.25 years. Please join me in congratulating her. The next individual we will recognize is Paula McCarty. She served in the Mount Lebanon School District as a day-to-day substitute health services aide beginning in April of 2002. After a long-term substitute health services aide placement at Jefferson Middle School during the 2002-2003 school year, Paula accepted the permanent part-time position in the Jefferson Middle School Health Office at the start of the 2003-2004 school year, before transferring to our full-time personal care assistant position at Foster and Jefferson Elementary Schools in November of 2003. Paula was assigned to Washington Elementary School at the beginning of the 2005-2006 school year, where she became a special education classroom aide in 2009 and remained through her retirement at the beginning of January of 2024. She served our district for 21.75 years. Please join me in congratulating her. Next, we will recognize Linda Mucalo, who was hired by the Mount Lebanon School District in December of 2006 as a clerical substitute. Linda became a part-time personal care assistant at Foster Elementary School in January of 2008 and accepted a full-time assignment beginning the following school year. Linda served the special education program in Foster School Community until her retirement in September of 2023. She retired with 16.75 years of service here at Mount Lebanon. Please join me in congratulating her on her retirement. Next, we have Lynn Proy, who joined the Mount Lebanon School District staff as a general cafeteria worker in October of 1990. Lynn became a part-time special education classroom aide at the junior-senior high school at the beginning of the 1992-1993 school year, where she also provided clerical support in the assistant principal's office. Lynn joined the finance office in July of 1997 as a 12-month secretary and later became the payroll administrative assistant in July of 2000. She transferred to the role of administrative assistant to the assistant superintendents in July of 2013, where she remained until her retirement at the end of December 2023. Lynn served our district for 33.25 years. Please join me in congratulating her. Next up, we have Dale Smale, who was hired as a substitute custodian in the Mount Lebanon School District in September of 1993. He accepted a part-time contract custodian position working at Jefferson and Markham Elementary Schools in October of 1995. Soon after, in January of 1996, Dale accepted a full-time position traveling between Washington Elementary and the high school. In August of 2007, he was promoted to the role of head custodian at Washington Elementary School. Dale transferred to Howell Elementary in August of 2020, where he remained in service to the facilities team until his retirement in October of 2023. He served our district for 30 years. Please join me in congratulating him. Our final retiree that we'll honor tonight is Linda Stammer, who joined the Mount Lebanon School District Food Services Department as a general cafeteria worker in March of 2021. During her 2 years with the district, she supported the department in multiple buildings, including the high school, Jefferson Middle School, and Jefferson and Foster Elementary Schools. Linda retired from the food services team in November of 2023. She had 2.5 years with the Mount Lebanon School District. Please join me in thanking her. So we did have one last-minute ad for retirees that we put on the personnel report just a little bit before we came in here today, and that is Francine McCain. She has served our school district for 18 years. She started as a personal care assistant at Lincoln Elementary. She was a classroom aide in the life skills support classrooms at Washington Elementary, and most recently, she has served in the accounts receivable secretary in the finance office. Please join me in congratulating her on her retirement. I think of particular note is that for our professional certificated staff, we have a total of 193.5 years of combined experience within these retirees. And to do the quick math, and add Francine for the support staff, we have about 209 years of combined service for our support staff, which is pretty incredible. All of them will be missed very, very much, but of course, they're always welcome to come back and see us or substitute or just a visit. I'm going to ask everyone that's in attendance that is a retiree to come up to have a picture here. And if the school board wants to stand in the background so that we can capture all of you too, that would be great. Yes.
Don't be shy.
That's not the right contact that's over there.
Okay. Does that conclude? You've got more.
Yeah, I got more. Where are the slides in here? Mr. Stankel, can you refresh the slide deck because it's not forwarding? Okay. The final part of my presentation this evening is related to our budget. At last week's meeting, we shared that the district took steps to balance the budget without utilizing fund balance or furloughing staff. Just as a reminder to the community, this slide here, which was shared last week, provides our updated final revenues for the school year. As was noted last week, the numbers in this particular category have stayed pretty consistent. The only thing that has changed is we've verified the amounts of the majority of the revenues. The only one that is still not verified is the one related to state revenues because they still need to vote on that at the state level. As of today, with the presentation of the final budget, we have a revenue of $122.2 million as our projected revenues. This is also a reminder to the public that for these final revenues, the impact on taxpayers, the budget includes a proposed tax increase of the Act 1 index at 6.2%, or 1.7105 mils, or $4.2 million. This chart here gives a breakdown of the assessed value, the millage increase, and what it would look like for a tax increase per month and a tax increase per year. The next area is the updated final expenditures for the school year. When we met in April, we projected to have about a $2.5 million deficit. With further reductions over the course of the last month, we have been able to present a final budget which is balanced at $122.2 million. This slide here talks about our multi-year financial projections. It talks about our current year, where we are projected to have a deficit of $1.1 million. It has our 2024-2025 final budget that is proposed to the board for consideration this evening that does not use any surplus or any fund balance to balance our budget. And then it has us in 2026, 2027, 2028 with the revenue assumptions of a real estate tax increase to index, state revenue increase of 1.5%, earned income tax growth of 1.5%, and other revenues remaining stagnant. And then in terms of expenditures, it has us with the salaries increasing at about 2.75% per year, health care increases by 7%, and all other appropriations increasing by 1.5%, except for the debt service that is flat. Our goal is by the time we finish out the 2028 school year, that we will have a fund balance of approximately $11.6 million, which will help us to have a more sustainable future for our financial picture. And that is all the information that I have for this evening in my report.